There are phantoms in the dark, worlds without a sun, cast out from their birthplaces to wander the cold, interstellar void alone. They are called rogue planets, cosmic orphans sailing through the endless night. And our galaxy is teeming with them. For every star you see in the sky, there could be thousands of these dark worlds, unseen and untethered. Most will pass by harmlessly in the vast emptiness, ghosts in the cosmic graveyard. But it only takes one phantom on the right trajectory, a dark world aimed at the heart of our solar system, to bring unimaginable chaos. And because they emit no light of their own, we would never see it coming. Not until it was too late. Not until we began to feel its gravitational breath, the subtle, inexorable pull of a giant moving through the dark. It is the ultimate cosmic threat, a silent, invisible killer, and we have no way of knowing if one is already on its way. The existence of rogue planets is not speculation. It is a direct consequence of the violent and chaotic process of solar system formation. When a new star is born, it is surrounded by a swirling disk of gas and dust from which planets begin to form. In these early days, the young solar system is a crowded, unruly place. Planetary embryos, dozens or even hundreds of them, jostle for position in a gravitational dance that lasts for millions of years. The bigger worlds grow by consuming the smaller ones, but often the gravitational interactions become too unstable. A close pass between two massive planets can act like a gravitational slingshot, flinging one of them out of the system entirely. It is a game of cosmic billiards, and for every planet that settles into a stable orbit, another might be ejected, cast out into the lonely darkness between the stars. Our own solar system likely had more planets in its infancy that were sacrificed to achieve the stability we enjoy today. They were thrown out so that we could remain. These ejected worlds are now wandering the galaxy. They range in size from small, rocky bodies to gas giants many times the mass of Jupiter. Without a star to warm them, their surfaces are frozen solid, plunged into a perpetual night at temperatures just a few degrees above absolute zero. Any atmosphere they once had would be frozen onto their surface as a thick layer of ice. They are completely dark, absorbing what little starlight they encounter. This makes them incredibly difficult to detect. We cannot see them directly. We can only find them by chance, through a method called gravitational microlensing. When a rogue planet passes directly in front of a distant star, its gravity acts like a lens, briefly magnifying the star's light. It is a tiny, fleeting flicker, a 1 in a million alignment, but from these rare events, we have been able to estimate their numbers. The conclusion is staggering. There are likely billions, perhaps even trillions, of rogue planets in the Milky Way alone. Our galaxy is a ghost fleet of dark worlds. The danger they pose is not from a direct impact. While a collision would be an absolute extinction event, the odds of that are infinitesimally small given the sheer emptiness of space. The real threat is gravitational. A rogue planet does not need to hit us to destroy us. It only needs to pass through the outer regions of our solar system. Imagine a world the size of Neptune, dark and cold, silently entering the Oort cloud, the vast, distant shell of icy bodies that surrounds our sun. Its gravity would disrupt this fragile swarm, sending a storm of comets careening into the inner solar system. The skies of Earth would light up with a relentless bombardment that could last for centuries, sterilizing the surface of our planet. It would be a slow-motion apocalypse, delivered by an object we never even saw. We scan the darkness for threats and for wonders. Our mission is to understand our cosmic neighborhood, both the light and the immense, silent darkness. To stay vigilant and informed on our cosmic watch, ensure your subscription to CosmoQuest 888 is active and the notification bell is engaged. Your support keeps our telescopes pointed at the dark, searching for the phantoms before they find us. If a more massive rogue, a gas giant the size of Jupiter, were to pass closer, through the Kuiper Belt where Pluto resides, the effects would be even more catastrophic. Its gravity would be strong enough to destabilize the orbits of the outer planets themselves. Neptune and Uranus could be thrown into new elliptical paths, some of which might intersect with the orbits of Saturn or Jupiter. The clockwork stability of our solar system, a delicate balance that has held for billions of years, would be shattered. The resulting gravitational chaos would cascade inwards, disrupting the asteroid belt and potentially altering the orbit of Earth itself. We could be thrown into a much colder, more distant orbit, or a much hotter, closer one. Either scenario would render our world uninhabitable. The rogue planet would not have to lay a finger on us. Like a homewrecker, it would simply rearrange the furniture of our solar system so completely that we could no longer live in it. The most terrifying part of this threat is our utter helplessness. Our planetary defense systems, which are still in their infancy, are designed to detect and potentially deflect asteroids and comets, objects that are relatively small and that reflect the light of our sun. We have no system in place to detect a planet-sized object that emits no light and is approaching from the blackness of interstellar space. By the time its gravitational influence became obvious enough to detect with certainty, it would already be deep within our system. At that point, it would be far too massive and moving far too fast for us to do anything about it. We could not deflect it. We could not destroy it. We would be completely at the mercy of its trajectory, passive observers to the dismantling of our world. It is the ultimate natural disaster, silent, invisible, and absolute. This is not just a hypothetical threat. There is growing evidence that our solar system may have already had encounters with such interstellar intruders. The strange, highly elliptical orbits of some distant objects like Sedna and the peculiar clustering of other bodies in the Kuiper belt are difficult to explain using only the planets we know. Some astronomers believe these anomalies are the gravitational fingerprints of a large planet that passed through our system long ago, or perhaps of a massive planet that is still lurking in the far reaches of our solar system, a so-called Planet 9. Whether this mysterious world is a true rogue that was captured, or one of our own that was thrown into a distant orbit, its influence demonstrates the power of a single, massive object to sculpt the architecture of an entire solar system. These phantoms are not just a future threat. They may be a part of our past. The concept of a rogue planet introduces a profound sense of cosmic unease. We like to think of our solar system as a safe harbor, a stable and predictable island in the vast cosmic ocean. The reality is that we are sailing on that ocean and there are unseen icebergs in the dark. The universe is not a static diorama. It is a dynamic and interactive environment. Objects are constantly moving between star systems. We are not as isolated as we think. This knowledge changes our relationship with the galaxy. It is not just a beautiful backdrop, it's a wilderness with its own hidden dangers and unseen predators. It forces us to be humble, to recognize that our long-term survival is not guaranteed. It depends on a delicate cosmic balance that could be shattered at any moment by a chance encounter with a lonely, wandering world. We can only hope that the phantoms in the dark continue to pass us by, leaving our small, fragile home in peace.